What's going on, everyone? So the Phoenix Suns are just not a very good basketball team. And basically everything that I preached, everything that I talked about this offseason has all came to fruition. They're terrible defensively. The trio doesn't work. Bradley Beal can't stay healthy. They're too Kevin Durant reliant. Devin Booker having to play point guard has basically completely neutralized him. They do not have quality rotation pieces. They're just not a good basketball team. And I had everyone and their mother telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. The Suns are going to be great. They're going to be the best team in the league. How can you not bet on them? Give them the championship trophy now. I'm a casual. I'm this, I'm that. And one of us has been right. And it's not about who's right or wrong. It's just, it didn't make sense for the Phoenix Suns. It was illogical to go and trade for Bradley Beal when they were on the right path. I didn't mind, and I know some people don't like that they traded for Kevin Durant, right? I actually thought that that was a great move. I thought that they should have kept Chris Paul, given him a reduced role, right? And just been the playmaker and just built your pieces accordingly. Or if you could have flipped Chris Paul into other pieces, I think you could have gotten a better return for Ayton, right? I understood the logic in trading for Nurk, right? He's a guy that's not going to be demanding and need the basketball. He's a better playmaker, right? Slightly better defensive guy, although he's not great. But I just felt like this was a team that was like, they got a new owner in Ishbia and was like, I need to put the biggest names as I can possibly get on the court. And to their credit, I thought they did a better job filling out the roster than I thought they would. But I still didn't I still wasn't like, oh my, this roster is great. And they're a mess. I mean, now there's reports that Kevin Durant is very likely going to ask out at some point, that he's unhappy and he's not in a great situation, which I wouldn't blame him at this point. I mean, this dude's playing 40 minutes a game. Everyone's hurt around him. He's the guy that's came off an Achilles injury, right? This dude has to work twice as hard to just continue to lose. I mean, they're currently out of the play-in. Now, I wouldn't bet on them missing the play-in, but I wouldn't be shocked either. I wouldn't at all. And Bradley Beal coming and returning is not fixing their issues. Bradley Beal is not going to be the savior for the Phoenix Suns. Will it make them better? Maybe. It could make them worse. Because again, they have no true point guard. They have nobody that can properly facilitate. They need to hope and pray that the Warriors buy out Chris Paul and the Suns can sign him back. I don't see that happening at all. But they need something. They need to figure a way to make that happen. The problem is that they mortgaged their future for this. They're screwed. They might be better off hoping that Kevin Durant requests a trade. Right? I mean, Kevin Durant's the best player out of the three of them, but Kevin Durant may be able to get you what you need to at least be competitive. You're not going to, forget winning a championship. At least just be good enough to be, at least talked about, right? In a positive light, right? Maybe you could turn Kevin Durant into just, a nice haul, a nice turnaround, and get a couple complimentary pieces that maybe make sense, right? That kind of fit your team and your roster better. And then you have Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, which again, that would be tough, but maybe you can kind of offset that. Maybe you can get some defensive guys. Maybe you can get a better just playmaker. Maybe you get a couple firsts that then you could use those first to maybe go get somebody else, right? Or maybe you get lucky and another star becomes available. But even then, it's what star would become available that would make sense for them. I just feel like the Phoenix Suns were in the perfect position. You had Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. All you needed to do was just fill in the gaps, and you would have been probably the best team in the league. And they thought the answer was to go get Bradley Beal, which is what I preached from the beginning. And I had to listen to people tell me, and I said, just watch, just wait and see. And look, maybe they turn it around. You never know. I mean, stranger things have happened. But I just, I don't see who they're better than. They're not catching the Timberwolves. They're not catching the Nuggets. They're not catching the Thunder. They're not catching the Clippers, the Mavs, the Kings, right? The Lakers, I still like them better than. They've beaten them 3 times. Also, they have the tiebreaker over them. Even if the Suns win the next game, the Lakers still have the tiebreaker. So Suns have to finish basically a full game better than the Lakers, which I just don't see. And the Lakers have the assets and things needed to go make a trade. The Warriors, maybe, I don't know, but I just trust the Warriors to at least get into the play-in more than the Phoenix Suns. Their only hope is that the Pelicans or the Rockets just fall. And then they squeeze into the play-in, and maybe you get to the playoffs and make some noise. But they're not beating the Timberwolves. They're not beating the Nuggets. All right? I don't know, the Clippers, maybe they could beat. I don't think they beat the Lakers because I think the Lakers just have too much size. So there's at least 4 or 5 teams that I don't believe that they have a chance beating. I don't think they beat Sacramento. Dallas, I think, would just kind of be a shootout, right? But I mean, Luka just shredded the Suns, and that was in a regular season game. Their most consistent guy outside of Kevin Durant this season has been Grayson Allen, right? Seriously, they're role players. They just don't have the role players that make sense in lineup. They have Grayson Allen is great. He hustles. He does the dirty work. He's tough. He's a nice complimentary guy. But then you have Eric Gordon, who's out here talking about I am a scorer, I'm this, I'm that. And then every time he gets the ball, he looks like he doesn't even belong on the basketball court. He's taking some stupid shot, or he's missing a layup, or he's botching a 3, or whatever. And he's out here talking all this mess. I don't know. If I'm the Suns, I'm trying to trade whoever I can to get back whatever I can. And I'm trying to, just see. I would even throw, because you're going to, the only way you're going to save this is if you trade either Devin Booker or Kevin Durant. Because you're not going to be able to trade Bradley Beal, right? So you're stuck with these 3 guys for the most part. No team is going to trade for Bradley Beal. And the guy can't stay on the basketball court, right? So you're stuck with Bradley. Your only hope is that, he gets through his injury concerns and injury issues and then maybe figure it out. But even then, I just don't see Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant working. I just don't, they don't have anybody to balance it out. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal aren't point guards. I stressed this heavily when this happened. There is a big difference between being able to find the open man and actually make plays, right? Devin Booker, he can hit the open man. He can hit the occasional cutter, right? Bradley Beal, right? He's a guy, hit the open man, hit the occasional cutter, right? These are 2 guys that, they give you 5 assists a game for their career. But actually being a playmaker and controlling the tempo of the game and having the understanding of where guys are supposed to be and, how to create things out of nothing and how to make things develop and how to constantly keep your head on a swivel to find it's just, they don't have anybody that can do that. Right? So it's what do you do? You have to trade Devin Booker or Kevin Durant. It's the only way you're going to be able to get the complementary pieces that can make sense. And then you hope that Bradley Beal can get back to being Bradley Beal, right? And if Kevin Durant wants out, you want. The problem is that Pheonix isn't going to want to trade them. Ishbia is probably not going to do that. Unless Kevin Durant really just pushes hard for it. And even then, Ishbia might say, no, we traded the farm for you. We're not trading you. Figure it out. But even then, I just don't see this isn't like a Miami situation where it was yeah, they lost the first year, but just give them a year and they'll figure it out. That's not what this is. These 3 made no sense to begin with. It was like when the Lakers traded for Russell Westbrook. Everybody knew that was going to be a disaster. Like, there was hope maybe it could work. Just like when they got Bradley Beal, it was like there was hope that maybe it could work. But anybody that really knew anything all said that this is going to be a disaster. They have no defense, no depth. And what's crazy is they're like the worst fourth quarter team in the league with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. That is so bizarre. This team just doesn't make any sense. And the problem is they have no future. They have no present because they're not winning a championship. This is going to be a team that's going to struggle to be the play-in. And they have no salary. They don't have cap space to go and sign a bunch of like quality free agents in the offseason or anything. No, they're stuck. They're stuck. They are screwed. Pheonix is dead in the water. Nobody is worried about them. Nobody's fearing them. They're an absolute mess and a dumpster fire. And the only way out is, like I said, to trade Kevin Durant. It's the only way out. Or you just say, you know what, like, it's not working. Let's blow it up. Trade Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and let's just start the rebuild. We're stuck with Bradley Beal. Keep Bradley Beal. You know, maybe we can find somebody dumb enough to take him, but probably not keep Bradley Beal and then just hit the reset button, be terrible. But we'll probably get 10 firsts for both of these guys and a bunch of young players and stuff, right? Because Devin Booker became available. I mean, you're probably going to get 4 or 5 firsts and, you know, 2 or 3 young guys, 2 or 3 quality players. Same thing with Kevin Durant, right? So the Suns at any point could just trade and then recoup their compensation, but I don't see them doing that. And I don't know if like right now that is even the best course of action, right? Because like then you're basically admitting defeat, right? If they miss the play-in tournament this season, what do you do? I think you have to trade Kevin Durant in the offseason. I do. Because you really want to trade Devin Booker, who's been Mr. Sun? Probably not. So I think you got to trade Kevin Durant in the offseason. Even if they make the play-in tournament, like, is that where you were supposed to be one of the top teams in the league? Unless they, like, turn out to be like a Miami, right? Make the play-in, make it to the NBA Finals and win an NBA Final, or at least make it, then you can kind of justify it and be like, oh, see, look, we're right there, right? Imagine if everyone was, they're an awful team. It's what it is. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What do you think of Pheonix? How do you feel? Love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.